was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor. Thomas and Percy were enjoying a ride in the country, but as they chuffed around a corner, they saw black smoke in the sky. They raced to find out what was the matter. An old farm shed was ablaze. "We must put out this fire," said Sir Topham Hatt. But the fire rose higher, and the engines were running low on water. Suddenly, a new engine named Bell arrived. "Buffer up, Bell," shouted Sir Topham Hatt. "We need your water." Water gushed out of Bell's spouts. The flames fizzled and crackled and went out. Bell was nearly out of water, so Thomas and Percy had to help her to the steamworks. "I've never seen a blue fire engine before," Kevin said. "That's because I'm not a real fire engine," Bell peeped. "You need Flynn the fire engine." Sir Topham Hatt agreed. "Flynn will be our real fire engine." Later, Diesel rolled up to Bell, Thomas and Percy. "Do the Diesels have somewhere as grand as the steamworks?" Bell asked him. "I'd love to visit." "Our diesel works is not like this at all," Diesel said. "Steamers don't go to the diesel works," Thomas puffed. "It's dark and dirty, and diesels can be devious." Diesel snorted goodbye and slipped away. The next day, Thomas took Bell on a tour of Sodor. Percy wondered why he hadn't been invited. Suddenly, Diesel slid up next to him. "Thomas is very busy with that new blue engine," Diesel hissed. Percy's firebox fizzled. "I guess he is." The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt gave Percy a special job. "Flynn the fire engine will arrive soon. This is his hose. Please deliver it safely to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre." At the edge of the docks, Diesel oiled up next to Percy. "I told my friend Diesel 10 about you, Percy. If you visit him at the diesel works, you'll be his special guest." Percy wasn't sure if he should go to the diesel works. Thomas always said steamers shouldn't puff there, but Thomas didn't seem to care what Percy did these days. Percy wanted friends who had time for him. So, wheel turn by wheel turn, he puffed to the diesel works. It glowed a fiery red in the distance. His axles tingled. Diesel 10 met Percy at the door of the diesel works. "Please come in, Percy," he boomed. The diesel works was greasy and grimy and filled with clanking furnaces. Percy wanted the diesels to like him, so he told a joke. All the diesels laughed. "I must puff on," Percy said. "I have to deliver the new fire engine's hose to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre." "Dan and Dart can do that for you," Diesel 10 hissed. "Thank you," said Percy. "I can ask Thomas to tell Sir Topham Hatt that you need a new diesel works. He always listens to Thomas." Percy found Thomas at the steamworks with Flynn the fire engine. Before Percy could tell Thomas about the diesel works, Thomas chugged off to show Flynn around Sodor. He didn't even notice Percy. Percy felt very unimportant indeed. The next morning, Thomas whooshed into the steamworks.
Percy, Flynn's hose is missing. It must be at the search and rescue centre,
Percy said.
A friend delivered it for me.
Thomas told Percy to find the hose, then steamed away. Percy searched until night time, but he didn't find the hose. Then he saw something that made his boiler bubble. Flynn was in his berth at Tidmouth Sheds. Percy found Kevin and told him that the diesel works didn't even have a crane.
If you went there, you'd be a hero,
Percy puffed. Together they went to the diesel works and stayed all night, something no other steamy had ever done before. The next morning, Percy told the steamies where he had been all night. Everyone was amazed, but Victor was angry that Kevin was still at the diesel works. "I need Kevin here," Victor raged, then rattled off to tell Sir Topham Hatt. Percy took Thomas to the diesel works to show him the diesel's troubles, but Diesel 10 had other plans. "Since Victor is not at the steamworks, we're going to take it over, and we want you to lead us, Percy." Percy and the diesels rolled away, leaving Thomas behind. But when they reached the steamworks, nobody listened to Percy. "Out of my way, you silly steamy," Diesel 10 roared. "The steamworks is ours now." Diesel 10 said Thomas was their prisoner at the diesel works. Percy knew he'd made a terrible mistake. He raced to the diesel works and screeched to a stop. Sparks flew up from his wheels and fell on a pile of oily paper. The paper burst into flame and spread across the diesel works. Percy raced to the search and rescue centre. Fiery Flynn was ready to race to the rescue, but he didn't have his hose.
Of course, Den and Dart didn't deliver the hose, Percy wheezed. It must still be at the diesel works.
They steamed away. Back at the diesel works, Percy found Den and Dart in an old shed out back. They were blocking Thomas in. Diesel 10 had told them not to let Thomas go, but they knew they had to help fight the fire. Den and Dart released Thomas. Then Dart showed Percy where they'd hidden Flynn's hose. Flynn used it to pump water into the fire. The flames hissed and fizzled out. Now it was time to save the steamworks. Thomas and Percy collected their friends and rolled to the steamworks. The diesels refused to leave. Suddenly, Sir Topham Hatt entered. He was very cross. "Diesel 10, he said sternly. "Because of you, none of my engines has been really useful." Thomas explained why Diesel 10 had been so bad. "Of
course the Diesels will have a new diesel works, said Sir Topham Hatt. These things take time. Everyone must wait their turn. The Diesels and the Steamies worked together to build the new diesel works. At last, everyone came together for the grand opening. I'm proud of you all, said Sir Topham Hatt. Percy said he was proudest when he was with Thomas.
That's exactly how I feel when I'm with you, Thomas peeped. The end. Want to have more fun with Thomas and friends? Look for all new adventures on